Hello Flexi friends! Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite tips for people interested in adding back bends to splitty positions like lunges, front splits, or even open hip positions like camel pose, and that's learning to use our upper back. Let's take a look at two different lunges. Can you guess which one I'm using a bit more of my upper back to bend and which one I'm just folding in half at my low back? That's right, this one. You can see that I'm getting a little bit more of an even bend through my whole spine and I'm able to reach deeper towards that leg. My favorite cue to help with this is to lift the nipples to the heavens before we back bend. Let's see what that looks like. Unfortunately, YouTube has a problem with me showing my nips, but what YouTube doesn't have a problem with is eyeballs! Alright, so here's that first back bend again, this time with eyeball nipples as a visual. So you'll notice as I'm reaching my arms overhead, I'm just leaning straight backwards with my shoulders, which is what's getting that nice arch in my low back, but I'm essentially hinging at my low back, and you can see that those nipple eyeballs are sort of facing the ceiling, but kind of diagonally away. It's not a super comfortable back bend for me. Instead, if I initiate my back bend by trying to lift my nipples and look up towards the ceiling, reach my chest as high as I can first, and then extend my arms backwards and lean backwards, I can get more of an arch in that upper back to start and maintain that arch in my upper back as I'm leaning backwards. You'll be able to see I'm able to get my hands way closer to the floor. In fact, I can even grab my foot in this position when I start with that chest reach. And this same concept applies to other back bends too. You can try this in your camel pose, trying maybe your traditional camel where we're thinking mostly about leaning backwards, possibly pressing the hips forwards to get a nice stretch in those hip flexors and use all that low back flexibility. Or we can start by pointing our nipples towards the ceiling, arching through that upper back, and then leaning backwards. So go ahead, give this a try next time you are working on different open hip type back bend positions, whether that's your lunges, your splits, or your camel poses, and I hope it helps a lot.